Rowan University and the Flieger Concert Hall for today's CMSRU White Coat Ceremony. Please remember flash photography is prohibited and that all of the professional photography will be available to you at the end of the program. At this time, if everyone who is able would please stand for our student processional.
Good morning, everyone. You may be seated. Chancellor Lohman, Provost Papristik, Dr. Gordon, who is our esteemed guest speaker, colleagues, family, and friends, welcome to this extraordinary day of celebration and transformation. To the loved ones of the class of 2030 who are both here in Flieger Concert Hall and joining us online, thank you for the sacrifices, encouragement, and unwavering belief that carried these remarkable students to this moment. And to the class of 2030, our newest junior colleagues, Welcome to the beginning of your professional journey. I'm going to ask the class to please rise and turn toward your loved ones and give them a round of applause as a tribute. Thank you. You can turn around and be seated as a tribute to the people who helped you reach this milestone. Today we are joined by distinguished leaders whose work strengthens our mission. And I'll ask them to stand and be acknowledged. From Rowan University, Chancellor Dr. Anthony Lohman, and Provost Dr. Voki Papristik. From Cooper University Healthcare, Dr. Joseph Montella, Chief Medical Officer. And Dr. Michael Goodman, President of the Medical Staff. Today we have a special guest with us from the Arnold Gold Foundation, Dr. Jody Langsfeld, whose presence reminds us that humanism is not an accessory to medical training, it is its beating heart. Please stand up and be recognized. And members of our medical school board will group these together, so please hold your applause until the end. Dr. Peter Amenta, Ms. Colleen Bonner, and Dr. Christopher Olivia. From CMSRU, Dr. Cynthia Glickman. Dr. Glickman is a junior faculty member. She's also a member of our charter class of 2016, and she is the Gold Humanism Scholar of the Harvey Macy's Institute. Her journey from student to scholar to mentor embodies the very ideals we celebrate today. I also ask our senior deans, associate and assistant deans, departmental chairs, advisory college directors, and leaders of the advisory college program, including Dr. Elisa Modena, to stand and be recognized. Your devotion to our students shapes the physicians they become. And to all faculty and honored guests, thank you for the wisdom, compassion, and example you bring to our community. So, class of 2030, today marks your formal initiation into medicine, an initiation that begins not with textbooks or online learning, but with a symbol and a promise. The symbol is your white coat. It emerged in the late 19th century when medicine sought to distinguish itself from mysticism and quackery. White was chosen to reflect the purity of science, the clarity of truth, and the discipline of the laboratory. But the coat itself is merely cloth. Its meaning comes from you, from the courage, curiosity, and compassion you choose to carry within it. Pinned to your lapel is a gift from the Arnold P. Gold Foundation. And it's more than a piece of jewelry or an emblem. It's a reminder that humanism, which was described by Dr. Jordan Cohen as the passion that animates authentic professionalism, is the force that transforms knowledge into healing. At CMSRU, our Gold Humanism chapter and the Edward D. Viner Center for Humanism are going to help you cultivate that passion, ensuring that your scientific expertise is always guided by empathy, respect, and humility. The promise you will make today is the Hippocratic Oath. When you speak those words, which are both ancient and modern, you join a lineage of healers stretching across continents and centuries. You will pledge to place your patient's welfare above all else, to honor confidentiality, and to uphold the highest standards of our art. What does it mean to be a medical professional? It means embracing responsibilities and sacrifices in service of others. It means recognizing the profound privilege of learning and practicing medicine. And above all, it means placing your patient's needs before your own. Over the next 4 years, you will discover and refine the qualities that define an extraordinary physician: altruism, humility, commitment, striving for excellence, respect, empathy, compassion, and curiosity. These virtues are not learned in a single lecture or mastered in a single rotation. They are shaped through moments, quiet moments, difficult moments, transformative moments, when you choose to rise to the calling of medicine. Our role at CMSRU is to guide you through rigorous science, immersive clinical experiences, and mentorship that challenges you, supports you, and inspires you. We will help you become physicians worthy of the white coat you now wear. So class of 2030, your journey begins today. Actually, it began Monday, but we'll say today. May you fill your coat with purpose, humanity, and the unwavering desire to heal. Thank you. Now, it is my honor to introduce Dr. Anthony Lohman, our University Chancellor. CMSRU is very proud to be part of Rowan University, and over the last decade, Rowan has soared to new heights nationally. So please join me in welcoming Dr. Lohman.
Thank you. What a great morning. Are we having a good time yet, everybody? Yes? So this event, when I started coming to these things, when I became provost, 2019 maybe, these events used to be held on the Friday of the beginning of the main campus academic year. And it always coincided with the first exams that this group took. So your faces, the faces of the students here, did not look so happy because you had just completed your first round of exams, and it was not a good day. That's why I'm glad they moved it here. So you're still happy. You're still not jaded with too much work. But it is great to have you here at Rowan University. I want to tell you a little bit about your university so you can be very proud of where you are and where we're going. And then we're going to talk a little bit about you. So Rowan University, we are the fastest growing research university in the Northeast U.S. If you think over 15 years, and I go back when I started, this university had 10,000 students, one startup medical school that Dean Raboli was leading the efforts to really drive to fruition, limited or no research. To today, it is one of only 2 universities with not 1, not 2, but 3 medical schools. Cooper Medical School of Rowan University, the Rowan Virtuous School of Osteopathic Medicine, and the newly opened Jerry Schreiber School of Veterinary Medicine. The beautiful facility you see as you came off 55 from our West Campus. We are on the cusp of becoming a Research One university. And what does that mean to you? It means your university is in the top tier of universities doing research and discovery. And since she's here, I'm going to point her out in our front row. Acknowledgement, our Vice Chancellor for Research, Dr. May Wei, who has really led fantastic effort. May, stand up, take a bow. And not only has she led great things for our wonderful faculty to get us there, creating great opportunities that you're going to have as medical students while you're here at Rowan University, but she's also going to be sitting up there, I think, in 3 years with a daughter who will be entering this program, from what I understand. I think that must be you right there in the front row. There we go. So now I'm embarrassing you. So as I think about all the great things that have happened and all the things that are coming, that West Campus, that empty peach orchard you passed by as you came here, during your time, we're projecting more than $1.5 billion of development of medical research facilities, advanced manufacturing, wellness village, all sorts of things that are going to enhance your education and time here. Now, thinking about you, I've told this story before, but I'm going to put a little twist on it. today, Dr. Rivoli. So I remember my freshman year, I was sitting in a giant auditorium. I was pre-med. I was going to be an orthopedic surgeon. I was really, really excited. And they said, look left, look right. Only one of you is going to make it. I don't know if they say that anymore, do they? Do they say that to you, students? They still tell you? Yeah, I'm that guy to your right, all right? Hi. But you know, I went on and got a PhD biomedical engineering. So I did all right. I'm okay, and I'm a university chancellor. But my challenge that I always tell the story is I can't stand the sight of needles or blood. And when I fainted at a blood drive, my advisor kind of said, Tony, this might not be for you. And now I have to add to the story because I also fainted when I was a PhD student the first time I did rodent work, and my first rats that I was dealing with in a lab, I fainted in the lab. And since there's somebody in here who was in the same lab as me as a doctoral student, I better come clean because he might have heard the story as well. So jokes aside, I know how hard it is to get here. I know the work you have to put through, and you are the cream of the crop by far. And as I talk about all the great things about Rowan and all of our wonderful medical schools, we keep it amongst ourselves, but this is by far the most fantastic medical school in the state of New Jersey. So you have chosen very well. You have the best dean, the best faculty, and the best health system partner. So you've got wonderful years ahead, and I'm going to wrap up by saying I love this day. Well, I also hate this day because that means it's the end of our summer, because now academics are starting, so it's back to work. But I love seeing these faces because now that I've been doing this a while, I see you when you're medical students. My doctors, you guys might be in the room as a medical student rotating when I'm going to visit. I see you. I saw some this morning when I was at my doctor's appointment. I'm going to watch you. I'm going to see you. I'm going to see how your faces change. And in 4 years, I'm going to see that excitement and that joy on your face, your family's face, your mentor's face when you open your envelopes at match day. So it's going to be over in a blink of the eye. You're going to do amazing things, all of you. I know it. I've seen you in 4 years. I've seen the other class in 4 years. So buckle down, enjoy yourself, learn, and explore every opportunity that we make available for you. So best of luck. Congratulations from getting here, but remember, it's only the start. So I will see you 4 years match day. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, Dr. Lohman. And so if you see Dr. Lohman leave, he has to go to a very important meeting in Trenton. But he still honored us by coming this morning, so we greatly appreciate it. And he does love these events. I think Match Day is his favorite event. So it is now my distinct pleasure and privilege to welcome Dr. Jody Langsfeld, Chief Operating Officer of the Arnold P. Gold Foundation, as our special guest for today's White Coat ceremony, welcoming all of you. She brings decades of leadership in medical education and student affairs, having previously served as Associate Dean for Student Affairs at the Donald and Barbara Zucker School of Medicine at Hofstra Northwell. At the Gold Foundation, she directs educational initiatives, community engagement, and research projects designed to champion humanism in healthcare. Her presence here today is especially meaningful. In 1993, the Arnold Gold Foundation established the very first white coat ceremony with the purpose to instill compassion, empathetic, and patient-centered care at the outset of medical training. Today, as our incoming students don their white coats for the first time, she helps us carry forward that noble tradition. So let's please give her a very warm welcome. Dr. Langsfeld.
Good morning. I feel very honored and humbled to be present with you today. But I'm, again, honored. Having been a student affairs dean, one of the greatest honors of those moments is being the first person to welcome a medical school class into the school. So to even be part of this process with you is a huge honor. So thank you to your family and to your friends and your support networks and groups that are here. Thank you to the amazing leadership, and thank you for making the very wise decision to join this school, because it is very clear and evident that you as a core and as a human and your future is important to these individuals. So there is a list of people here to thank. They've been acknowledged, so I'm going to skip that so we can get to the good stuff of you moving forward. And though today, on this beginning of your medical education, is about the coat, it's really not about the coat. I mean, if you think about it, this is probably the most expensive coat you will ever acquire in your lifetime. So we need to acknowledge the coat. There are a lot of resources going into the coat. But today is about the oath that you will take and the commitment that you are making here amongst your peers and with people who will become or are already mentors and people who will help guide you along this path. And this has been a long path for everybody who is here, and congratulations for achieving this goal. And in true healthcare fashion, I'm going to tell you a story about the origin of the Gold Foundation and the White Coat Ceremony. And in true healthcare fashion, I'm going to give it as a story. So this is your first tip for success in medicine. Physicians in particular love to tell stories, and patients and people relate to that. So add this to your arsenal. This is part of your toolbox that you will use as you move forward, because you will not remember who I am, but you may remember the story that we're about to share, and that is something that you can take forward with you. So Dr. Gold, Arnold Gold, was a pediatric neurologist at Columbia, so not too far from here, actually. And he was a teaching physician, and he came to do rounds and his patient that particular day was a 14-year-old with glioblastoma, so not the best of news. But he comes in and he meets with the residents and the students, and he says, okay, tell me. And they have everything for him, everything that they needed. They had the lab tests, they had the pass, they had the scans, they knew what the next steps were going to be, they were ready to go. They were correct in what they said that they should be doing as their next steps. And then Dr. Gold said, okay, so tell me about the patient. And they all got really quiet. He said, okay, well, do we know what he enjoys doing? Do we know anything about his family? How are his parents doing? What about his siblings? Nothing. So he had a little more insight than I would say I did. He took a very deep breath. He said, okay, this is going to be a teaching moment. And medicine is about more than the science. It is about the connection that you make with your patients. It is about the trust that they are giving to you. So he sent them all home, and he went in and he saw the patient. And then he went home that night, and he and his wife, who had a doctorate of education, a little close to my heart, and said, students take an oath at graduation to take care of patients, to provide care. But that's too late, and we need to start it earlier. And so they created an initiative, a call to action, and that is how the White Coat Ceremony came about. And unfortunately, Dr. Gold is no longer with us. Dr. Sandra Gold is still with us, but Dr. Arnold Gold is no longer with us. And he would probably cringe to hear me say that today is not about the coat, but it is about that oath. And so your next steps will have a lot of things. You're going to spend a lot of time. You're going to study a lot. That is very important. You need empathy. You need compassion. You need to inspire trust with the people that you're working with. You also need to have the scientific knowledge in order to do so. So you're going to spend a lot of time studying with the people on the left and the right and behind you and in front of you. And you are going to spend time with each other. And it is as important that you care for yourselves and each other as you do for your patients. And when we talk about this ability to do the tools you're going to acquire for that toolbox in there, it's not just about being nice. It's about all of those things combined with clinically excellent care. So today, as you take this next step, I'm going to encourage you to remember a few things. And I'm actually going to encourage you to create a habit and make an assumption, which We can talk about assumptions later, but this assumption I really encourage you to make. And that assumption is that every patient that you see wants to be healthy. They come to seek clinical care because they wish to be healthy. Now, they may not share everything with you because you need to establish trust, and they need to trust in the healthcare team that they have and the healthcare system. That's the special sauce. That's what you can bring to the table, and that is what I encourage you to work on together and on yourself, within yourself. So please keep that in mind as you move forward, and keep learning, because that's what medicine is about. That's what life is about. Continued education, continued betterment, and a continued ability to care for patients as you move forward. So remember, your science matters, and sometimes your presence will matter more. And embrace that, because you are special people who have joined a very special place, who will go forward and do very special things. And if you can do that, then the future of healthcare is very bright and very humanistic. And I look forward to seeing everything that you will all accomplish during this time. Thank you and congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Langsfeld. It's wonderful to have you here with us today. Each year, I select a white coat speaker who exemplifies the very highest ideals of our profession: compassion, dedication, leadership, and service, and who is also willing to share a story that brings those values to life. This year, we're honored to welcome our own Dr. Mara Gordon as our keynote speaker. She is an assistant professor of family medicine and core faculty in our Edward Viner Center for Humanism here at CMSRU. As a family physician in Camden, an educator, and a nationally recognized physician journalist who has made contributions to NPR, the New York Times, The Atlantic, to name a few, she works at the exact intersection of primary care, storytelling, and humanistic medicine. Through her work in clinical care and narrative medicine, Dr. Gordon embodies the precise values we celebrate today: deep listening, empathy, reflection, and a steadfast dedication to patient-centered care. You can read her full, inspiring bio in your program books. So, class of 2030 and guests, please give a warm welcome to Dr. Mara Gordon.
To the class of 2030, welcome, future doctors. To your families, your friends, and the communities that will support you down the exciting road ahead, thank you for being here too. On behalf of the faculty of Cooper Medical School of Rowan University, I am honored to welcome you as colleagues to the field of medicine. Thank you to Dean Raboli and Chancellor Lohman for inviting me to speak to you all today. When I was a medical student, I always hated it when my professors told me and my classmates how smart we were. It stressed me out. It made me feel like something was wrong with me if medical school wasn't easy, and shocker, it wasn't easy. When I failed an exam during my first year of medical school, I felt so much shame. I thought I wasn't cut out to be a doctor. But over time, I've come to realize that being a doctor is not about being a genius, because unfortunately, I am not one, nor do I really believe that genius exists. But it's about having a sense of curiosity about the world around you, asking for help when you need it, and doing the unglamorous, day in, day out work of learning. So instead of telling you all how smart you are, and you are very smart, I will instead remind everyone here how kind, compassionate, and giving you are. You have founded organizations that help your communities, volunteer your time and expertise to people who need your help, and shown so much care and compassion to those who are vulnerable. Those are the traits that will serve you well as you embark on this exciting next step towards becoming physicians. I'm talking to you today in the midst of a difficult summer for me and my family. Both of my parents have serious neurodegenerative diseases that have worsened in the last few months. My mom has Parkinson's, and my dad lives with advanced Alzheimer's. My mom is a psychiatrist, and I remember vividly standing with her at my own white coat ceremony 15 years ago, reciting the Hippocratic Oath together. I thought she looked so elegant. I was proud to be joining the same profession as someone I admired so much. This past June, after a few months of worsening symptoms, my mom became confused, and then she had a fall. She was admitted to Presbyterian Hospital in West Philly, where I did my residency. That's where I worked many overnight shifts and where I learned how to be a doctor. It's also where I consumed many Presby cocktails, a snack that will become familiar to you in a few short years when you're working in the hospital. It's a mixture of cranberry juice and ginger ale, paired with an appetizer of graham crackers and a single serving peanut butter, all assembled from the snack closets on the medical floors. It was not a happy homecoming for me to be back at Presby. I couldn't help but want to be my mom's doctor, but I wasn't. I'm her daughter, and it was painful to watch her lying in her hospital bed, confused and uncomfortable, knowing that there wasn't much I could do. We waited for many long hours. There were doctors who looked more at their computers than at my mom. There was endless bureaucracy that made me fear she would never get the care that she needed. In my darkest moments, I thought to myself, how could I, as a doctor, work in a system with so many flaws? Then I met my mom's certified nursing assistant. CNAs, as they're known, are the backbone of the hospital and, arguably, those who work most closely with patients. They take vital signs, help feed and bathe patients, and help them use the bathroom. The CNA who helped my mom for most of her hospital stay was a young woman I'll call Aaliyah. I could immediately sense that she felt a calling to care for her patients. Aaliyah was probably in her 20s, and she had a big smile on her face and always looked my mom in the eye. She asked questions about my mom's life. As my mom regained her mental clarity, they had a funny conversation about my mom's love of pug dogs. And most importantly, she acted like my mom was a person, not just a task to complete. I know from working in hospitals that the work of CNAs is historically undervalued and underpaid. When I say Aaliyah had a calling, I use that word with some trepidation. I find that when people talk about your profession being a calling, they're often trying to get you to do extra work without paying you for it. I didn't actually ask Aaliyah if she felt a calling to be a caregiver. What I mean is that as I got to know her over my mom's long days and nights in the hospital, I could see that she found meaning in her work. She took pride in being kind. Aaliyah was the one most present with my mother during her hospital stay. She was the one who helped adjust my mom in bed when she was uncomfortable. She helped move my mom's iPhone so she could reach it and FaceTime with her grandchildren. Aaliyah helped do the most intimate task of bathing her body. She treated my mom with dignity and compassion. She embraced the fact that her work was, at its core, about empathy. Aaliyah remembered the most critical element of working in medicine, of helping others heal from illness. What matters is being a human, connecting with other humans. And in a time when I felt very bleak, confronting my mother's mortality and my own, Aaliyah helped me feel some hope. There are a lot of powerful forces threatening to strip away our humanity's lives. You will be immensely rewarded. Medical record. Yet listening to them, deeply listening, will make you a better doctor who makes better decisions. It also makes medicine so much more fun. 2, there usually isn't one right answer. In the coming years, you will be taking many, many, many exams where there's only one correct answer to each multiple choice question. Occasionally, that's true in clinical medicine. An appendectomy treats appendicitis. But that's the exception, not the rule. In real life, there's rarely one right answer. Being able to sit with uncertainty will allow you to navigate difficult moments alongside your patients. 3, empathy is your superpower. There's a lot of talk about artificial intelligence in medicine. I personally love my AI scribe, who lives in my phone. She joins me in my primary care visits to record my conversations with patients and then writes notes for me in the medical record. But as doctors grapple with whether or not we are going to be replaced by robots, I remember that empathy is a human experience. ChatGPT can mimic it, but there is nothing that can replace sitting with your patient, looking them in the eye, and saying truthfully, "I am here with you." 4, advocacy can bring meaning to your work. I've thought of myself as a writer my whole life, but it wasn't until I was a medical student and I had my first professional publication that I started to understand how, for me, writing was about advocacy, and advocacy enriched my life in so many unexpected ways. As a physician writer, speaking out about the injustice I witness gives me a sense of purpose. Being a writer makes me a better doctor, and being a doctor makes me a better writer. You may find that your advocacy takes different forms. You may do research that advances technology in your field. You may serve a vulnerable community. You may give back by teaching the next generation of doctors. Whatever you choose, I know that working to make our system better makes us better too. 5, seek out happiness and fun. Orienting ourselves to joy can help us retain our humanity. That can take many forms. Joy isn't always found at big milestone occasions. You can discover it in the mundane, routine moments that make up a life. In my clinic, for example, we eat a lot of cake. We like any excuse to celebrate. Birthdays, holidays, Wednesdays. And I am telling you now, you should request the Kroc Center for your family medicine rotation. We really do eat a lot of good food, and med students are always invited to the party. Seeking out happiness can also mean prioritizing parts of yourself that exist outside of work. In addition to being medical students, you are all someone's child, sibling, friend, or significant other. Perhaps some of you are parents. Treat those identities with as much care as you treat your role as medical students. The day my mom was discharged from the hospital, she was fearful about the future. I was fearful too. I knew that things wouldn't be the same. My mom was discharged to a rehabilitation facility and then onwards to an assisted living community. Aaliyah came to say goodbye as 2 men from a medical transport company got ready to wheel my mom to the van waiting outside. She gave me and my mom both a hug. I noticed that she didn't offer any cliches like, "It'll all be okay," or "You'll get better." She had too much experience working in the hospital for that. She knew that my mom might not get better. Instead, she said, "It was nice to get to know you." To the class of 2030, I wish you all the best as you embark on this exciting journey. The field of medicine faces many challenges, and I know that you are up to the task of addressing them. Congratulations, doctors-to-be, and good luck.
Thank you so much, Dr. Gordon, for sharing such a personal story. And I'm sure that your message will live long with our students. It's very important messaging. And remember, they serve good things at the Kroc Center. And there are other faculty from the Kroc Center here today, too, sitting in the front row. But please accept this small token, small gift to you. Thank you so much. Now I'd like to introduce Dr. Douglas Reifler, Senior Associate Dean for Student Affairs, who will lead the ceremonial cloaking of our students by their advisory college directors. Each student will receive a Littman stethoscope from the medical staff of Cooper University Healthcare, which will be presented by Dr. Michael Goodman, President of the medical staff and Chair of the Department of Pediatrics, and also by Dr. Joseph Montella, Chief Medical Officer. We're so very grateful for these generous gifts to our students.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Dean Riboli, Dr. Goodman, Dr. Montella. Good morning. As we commence with the cloaking portion of our white coat ceremony, we ask that everyone please remain in your seats. We have a professional photographer who will photograph each student and will provide free access to the photos for you to download and print. The CMSRU advisory colleges are learning communities that are designed to enhance connections and relationships between students and a familiar group of faculty who will have regular contact with them throughout the 4 years of medical school. They provide social support as well as non-evaluative spaces for conversations about professional identities that the students will develop, including how they'll bring their personal values into the profession, advising on specialty and career choices, and more. Each college includes 1/4 of each of the 4 classes, so they also connect students with near peers in other classes. They're named for historic figures in medicine, and they have identifiable colors, crests, t-shirts, pins, and other swag. Students vie for points in a year-long friendly competition known as the College Cup, which includes athletic events, service, and other activities that build community. We underscore these supportive connections here by inviting the lead college faculty to help the students don their white coats. The directors for the Elizabeth Blackwell Advisory College, represented today by Drs. Rayma Lotano, Jonathan Pan, Donald Solomon, and Stephanie Smith, please proceed to the cloaking area. I'm going to move to the name reading section of the podium. Okay, Isabella Adorable. Kamola Agzamova. Roderick Ahrens. Amy Bach. Shavitha Banker. Lara Collado Tenorio Faria de Mello. Jake Caselli. William Chan. Sai Siri Desiri. Kevin Doe. Christopher Doyle. Alexandra Fenlon. Riley Glacken. Jonathan Hamowitz. Victoria Hurst. Lily Schendel. William Locko. Seong Lucy Lim. Michael Maglio. Anvita Padwari. Jonathan Phillip. Richa Prabhu. Jared Quesada. Ojasvita Reddy. Melvin Rodriguez. Azmi Shitoli. Riley Smith. Lindsay Vecchioli. Catherine Xiang. And Virginia Yu. All right, thank you, Blackwell Advisors, for the directors of the Harvey Cushing Advisory College here today are Drs. Adam Green, Sam Bader, and Marina DiBartolo. Please join me in the coding area. Akhil Botadra. Still missing. Donna Carney. Kate Cohen. Jessica Collier. Nishta Gangagula. Nishita Jain. Hannah Jund. Zhuzha Kiss. Sneha Kumar. Ryan Lafferty. Margaret Lynn. Jessica Lipshin. Sarah McCracken. Robert McIntyre. Caitlin McShine. Madison Morgan. Maya Newman-Toker. Nicholas Ng. Shishir Patel. Sanjana Raj. Rowan Revilla. Simran Kaur Sabharwal. Yusuf Saeed. Philip Sikowski. Rothila Samadi. Justin So. Cameron Truman Wiss. Isabel Treziak. Niathi Vadlapatla. Jason Charles Wang. And Jeffrey Shee. All right, thank you to the Cushing advisors. The advisors for the William Osler Advisory College include Dr. Richard Fisher, Dory Susan Barrington, Emily Damuth, and Faye Young. Omar Anwar. Matthew Borelli. Julia Chen. Nithik Chintala Chiruvu. Vivi Dang. Nate Grasu. Anna Hampton. Katie Holmbeck. Pritilata Islam. Arya Mehta. Mackenzie Morris. Liam O'Hara. Mama Ya Opare Ansa. Courtney Osowski. Daniela Palladino. Asta Pandya. Michelle Park. Aryan Patel. Anam Rawaf. Derek Rand. Abigail Rubino. Christopher Santiago. Victoria Tatarinova. Kanish Tuwatia. Sai Skundu Tumala. Christopher Verghese. Sean Vizard. Ananya Warang. Andrew Yang. And Alan Ju. All right, thank you to our Osler advisors. Representing the Benjamin Rush Advisory College today are Drs. Lindsay Glaspie and Kyle Gleaves. And joining them is our head preclinical advisor, Dr. Christina Tofani. Ian Back. Aidan Birch. Madeline Boyd. Queen Bowie. Caroline Clemes. Iwana Dobrescu. Gregory Ionelli. Juliet Moscovito. Zarkum Masood. Michaela Mateo. Ryan Moclair. Mahija Mogali Puvu. Ritika Padyala. Yash Parikh. Sonia Patel. Megan Roberts. Blake Rodas. Rachel Ross. Uchayan Santhirasegaran. Ariana Santiago Ramos. Jacob Sheeper. Neva Shaw. Sahana Sridhar. Olivia Taylor. Ariba Wani. Elsie Wong. Raymond Xiong. Nilay Yadav. And Lisha Yanduri. Congratulations to the class of 2030.
Okay. At this time, I'd like to invite Dr. Larry Weisberg, Associate Dean for Professional Development and Director of the Edward Viner Center for Humanism, to the podium to lead us in the recitation of a modern version of the Hippocratic Oath. Dr. Weisberg.
Thank you, Dean Ruboli. Members of the class of 2030, please rise. At this moment, we mark your formal entry into the medical profession by taking the Physician's Pledge, an updated version of the World Medical Association's modern Declaration of Geneva. It serves as an enduring symbol of our commitment to human rights, ethical practice, and compassionate care. I now invite all physicians in the audience, those seated on the podium and those in the auditorium, to rise as you are able and reaffirm your commitment to our profession alongside our students. So please rise. Copies of the pledge are included in your program as a keepsake and a lifelong reminder of the promises you make today. But don't read them now. Don't read them now. I'll read each line first, and you repeat after me. So let's begin. As a member of the medical profession, I solemnly pledge to dedicate my life to the service of humanity. The health and well-being of my patient will be my first consideration. I will respect the autonomy and dignity of my patient. I will maintain the utmost respect for human life. I will not permit considerations of age, disease, or disability. Creed, ethnic origin, gender. Nationality, political affiliation, race. Sexual orientation, social standing, or any other factor to intervene between my duty and my patient. I will respect the secrets that are confided in me, even after the patient has died. I will practice my profession with conscience and dignity. And in accordance with good medical practice. I will foster the honor and noble traditions of the medical profession. I will give to my teachers, colleagues, and students the respect and gratitude that is their due. I will share my medical knowledge for the benefit of the patient and the advancement of health care. I will attend to my own health, well-being, and abilities in order to provide the care of the highest standard. I will not use my medical knowledge to violate human rights and civil liberties even under threat. I make these promises solemnly, freely, and upon my honor. Congratulations.
So, class of 2030, congratulations to each and every one of you on this momentous occasion. I and my colleagues look forward to witnessing the remarkable contributions you will make to the field of medicine in the years ahead. So thank you. At this time, I'm going to ask our students to please stand and exit the theater through the doors to my right. I will ask you to move quickly to the outdoor amphitheater for a class photo with assistance from our event staff. Guests, we ask you to please remain seated until all of the students have exited. Then you're welcome to make your way to the lobby and to the tent outside where we'll have a reception. You'll be able to reunite with your student there in just a few minutes. Professional photos from today's event will be available in the coming weeks. Thank you so much, and I hope to see some of the families and friends visiting at our medical school building. So you all have an open invitation to come and visit us, but please let us know in advance so that we will be ready. We'd love to show you our facility. So thank you all for joining today, and this concludes our ceremony.